So what we're going to do now is going to bait up how I bait up fishing for gummies. So what I've got here is I've got some fresh squid, some fresh bay trout, and a piece of eel. So with the squid, all I do is just pull the head out, and that's probably a good size for a gummy bait. And then the other way, what I do is take the wings off. So it's fresh squid, fresh bay trout or Australian salmon. Then I just get the tube, cut down, and there's a few strips. I get a couple of strips out of that. Make a fairly decent size. So there's a couple of strips there. And a little bit bigger baits just lets the pickers hang around a little bit. Now with the salmon and the bait. So what I can do there is a couple of ways. Cut the head off. And that's a pretty decent chunky bait there. And I can do like steaks, through like so. And depending on how big your fish baits are, depends how you want to cut it up. So another chunk there, and then I can use that tail as a bait as well. Or what I can, if they're fairly small and the chunks aren't going to be very big, what I'll do is I'll run the fillet off them. And then we can get a couple of fish baits like that. You got a couple of fish baits like so. Alright, so what I'll do is do a squid strip first. So using a squid strip, I like to use the snail hook setup. You can use that for the baits as well. And grab a Phillip here. That hook's going to go through there. Turn it down the back here, and there you have a nice squid strip there. Get it there. I'll put that squid head on in one piece. So don't be afraid to leave all this gut part and stuff like that. That helps you hold the hook on. So straight through the middle of the eyes, in the thick part of the head. Alright, and then I'll use those entrails there to just half hitch. Just be careful because that's the ink sank in there as well, so you don't want to try not to break that while it's out of the water. There's that. Put another one in there. And that just holds the head on a little bit better. So we'll just get the legs out. that squid strip in. Then what I like to do, usually put the eel on the bit heavier line. Usually the rays, etc. like to pick up the eel. So with the eel, just bang it through it in like that. And then this right here, we might just put a steak on, I think. Just bang it through the backbone like that. Make sure you take off any scales, and there's a nice little chunky bit right there. So we'll just let those go out, sink a little bit, get a bit of distance from the boat, and that's how I like to rig up my bait. So try and put different baits on each line, and then once you've worked out what you're getting bites on, stick to those. Alright, so usually let it sit for half an hour, then check baits, and that's why I like to have the big baits. They last a little bit longer out in the water. So let's check them again in half an hour.